Hello guys, welcome back. So we'll see another type of one-way data binding, that is attribute binding. So attribute binding is represented using square brace attribute dot name, and this is how we represent it, and it is equal to value. So we'll see an example with it. So I have shown both property binding, which we saw in the last video, using square braces, value is equal to text for input, right? You have already seen this in the last video. I've bind to a variable string, okay, and now I've also taken attribute binding, that is input attribute dot value to my text2. So my text2 is Matthews. So let us see what happens. So I've taken property binding with input, attribute binding with input, and I'm using there is a difference, okay, and I bind it to my text1 and my text2. So I hope you have understood this code. uh, yeah, so let's save it and run it in our code. So you can see property binding. I have bind John, that is my text1, to this input text box, and attribute binding Matthews to this input text box. Let us change the input value. I say John will and Matthews um, tan or something. Okay, so both are doing the same thing, but the difference is property binding is reactive and attribute binding is non-reactive. And also there is a difference when you apply property binding and attribute binding. Why? Because let me inspect and show you. In the body of the DOM, you can see uh, if I use property binding, it is not adding any HTML attribute to the input tag, right? If you see attribute binding, it is adding a HTML attribute value to the input tag. So this is the difference. So it adds HTML attribute to the tag. So yeah, so this is the difference. So it's always recommended to use property binding because it is a reactive in nature. So most of the time we use property binding. I hope you understood. Thank you.